Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Jimmer. This is starter ship scrimmage for Amorous armor, and this is going to be the first of the vehicle inspection videos. I've got a little bit of time, about an hour, and then I have an obligation, so we'll get through as many as we can in this, and then depending on how it goes, we might have one or two more videos. I've got a lot of entries this time, 33 entries altogether, so it'll take a little bit longer than usual to get through all of them, but I'm going to do my best. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm just going to work my way down from the top. First up, we have the LandKreuser P1000 Rat by Armenor. Massive tank. It's like 2 battleship turrets. If I recall correctly, that was the original concept behind the German World War II German rat, is they wanted to put a small battleship turret on a tank. Fortunately, never really came to be, but an interesting idea nonetheless. So overall, nice looking tank. Let's take a look here. A surprising amount of armor. Oh, definitely you see the weakness here at the back. One layer of metal and then all that boom. But front and sides pretty well armored. You got a space and then 2 layers of metal. Several layers of metal here at the front. Look at the turrets. What are we shooting here? Got AP frag rounds. And 4-meter shells. This is the back turret. Just the back turret is slightly different. What are the millimeters on these? 210, and then on the front was 400. So big boy gun, and then little helper gun, shooting AP frag. Only thing I'm not seeing is detection, which could be a problem. It's definitely going to hurt accuracy. We run in, I think, 0.97 was what I ended up going with the detection. Yeah, detection is recommended. Automatic detection set to 0.97. So, I mean, you can still hit without it, but definitely going to hurt if you forgot to put the detection in. So, anyway, let's do the mirror match. So all the entries have to be able to damage themselves in a mirror match. It's to prevent things that are just plain don't work, and or that are overly defensive. I don't think I'm alone in this. I prefer to watch battles where the stuff actually, like, somebody gets blown up eventually. And it's easy from the depths to make something that's really armored and evasive, and you just can't damage it, and that's no fun to watch. So we're looking for, I believe, 10% damage in 2 minutes, yes. Oh, they seem to have shot each other in the ammo pod right at the same time, but either way, that is the 10% damage. So that is a pass. Actually, let me go through and just double check and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Wheels, yeah, only that. Yep. Spin blocks, resources, AI, aesthetics. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Next entry. Alright, next up we have the Slaaneshi Conquistador ×2 by Wingnut. Coming in at budget. Oh, what a fantastic color scheme there. Very shiny, very chrome. Very nice. I actually do like it, it's just surprisingly bright. Definitely not going for camouflage. Alright, let's take a look how she's put together. Got some metal. So layered metal in the front. 2 layers of metal on the sides. 1 layer of metal at the back. Seems to be the trend so far. Look at the shovel right here. Hollow point HE. Good combination. Hollow point will make sure that the HE goes off. And looks like, yeah, internal turret. This thing is mostly turret and a massive gun. Actually got double barrels here. Both dual 500mm guns. Yeah, it's going to be a deadly turret. It's actually a pretty good all around. Decent armor, really strong turret. We'll see how it's able to move. The movement is nice and responsive. Keeps this agile, hard to hit. I think this could be a strong entry. Anyway, I don't think there is anything else we have to check. So let's go right to the mirror match. And if you are playing along at home and you see something that is suspect, like a potential rule violation that I missed, you can send me a PM or leave a comment down below, or just let me know so I can take a look at it. I'm only one person, and if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know I do make a mistake, you know, very rarely, but it does happen. So if you could help me out, I would appreciate it. Oh man, look at that gun. Just an absolute steel range. Not even trying to move. Maybe that's something I should have checked, and I was able to get up to speed. Yeah, we'll do that real quick before we move on to the next entry. Yeah, no problems. Has the speed, just chooses not to use it. Which is a shame, because, yeah, this is surprisingly fast. 25 meters a second on this map is not easy to hit. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, let me record that pass, and we'll move on to the next honk. Why don't I have it on my list? I have the... Oh, it's 'cause I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, technical difficulties. I've got a spreadsheet in the background where I'm keeping track of all the entries that I've looked at. So next should be, this is still out of order. Landship by Fox. Not on my list. Oh, there it is. Just way out of order. Whatever, we'll go with it. Oh, you know, I think it's a resubmission. So it's not, it's in a different order than I have it saved. Anyway, neither here nor there. Oh, nice. Coming in way under budget. So quite a few resources to use, but very cool looking. What these are spin blocks? They look like spin blocks. I guess we'll have to see. Sort of like a train and a pirate ship and a battleship and a tangerine all at the same time. Overall, a nice entry. Take a look here. That looks like a single layer of metal for most of it. Yeah, and then 2 layers up in the front. No spall gap. Test this while I was right there. And there's 15 meters a second. We're good. Keep on a looking. This is a 236 millimeter. It's like shooting all frags, inertial frags on everything. I don't know. Could go against an opponent with light armoring. That would be good. If they're layering the metal, then probably not going to do a whole lot with just the frags. But admittedly, I am not that good with APS cannons, especially with all the changes that have happened over the past couple months. I just haven't been able to keep up with all of them. So. Not an expert by any means. I think that is everything we have to look at. Let's do the mirror match. Spawn a little low. And there we go. That is cool. I like the turn blow. Yeah, and then there's that. Oh man, look at the shells just everywhere. Not much on the way of, by the way of accuracy on these guns. Yeah, a little bit of a tippy tonk. Yeah, it looks really cool, but it puts the weight way up in the air. And the guns being on the top are also gives them the the biggest moment arm for the nerds among you, but basically it makes the recoil have a much bigger, higher chance of flipping the tank the higher it is. With a bigger lever. For 10% in 2 minutes. Yeah, it's just looking like a little bit. Oh, there we go. There's the damage we're looking for. A little bit underpowered. I just like to have the resources there. Seems like they could have made the guns a little bit bigger, put a little bit more materials into them, and done a little bit more effective. But it is a very cool looking and unique design either way. Alright, next design. Next up, we have the Ugly Hecker by Deep Fried 6-Year-Old. That's actually pretty cool looking. This whole thing a turret? How does that work? Oh, the whole... Okay, so the turret is like right here. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like... Okay, so the turret rotates and that steers the front, so it's going to try and always drive straight towards its opponent. Here's... a little baby engine, but that's really all you need. And this, just enough to drive the wheels. No other real uses for power that I can think of. Look, the guns, just casings apparently. Single sabot. So rapid fire, single sabot. How many milliliters has it got? 33 1/3 milliliters. That's actually pretty nasty. Probably could have used a little bit more armor at the front, but I mean it does have the 2 layers and this wood that's gonna get shredded pretty quick, but not too bad. Decent armor. And a hell of a gun. Yeah, overall a nice design. Definitely a lot better than the last one. Let's do the mirror match. Well, it looked like... Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so it just doesn't... The turret doesn't go until it's lined up. Oh yeah, I forgot to check the speed, but obviously very fast. Surprisingly fast. And yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be a pretty dangerous entry. Lack of detection will hurt, but it's firing enough shells that I don't... You know, accuracy by volume, as they say. Nice entry. Good job, 6-year-old. Alright, next up we have the Warrior 9 Right by Sidgit. Oh nice, a double entry, 2 little UFOs. They look really cool. I like the little scalloped design there. It's fancy. Yeah, you know, I haven't heard my little sausage dog make any noise for a minute. I'm gonna check on her, see what she's getting into. Un momento. She's just sleeping on the couch. Or at least she was pretending to sleep on the couch when I checked on her. See what she chewed up after the video's over, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at the taunts. lots of actually pretty good armor scheme here. Got metal slopes and then wood and then dual stone and then metal behind. Oh, it's metal on the actual turret piece. So yeah, it should be a fairly tanky design. Let's take a look at the guns. Oops. Hollow point frag. Yeah, hollow point frag. So mix of, or maybe just some redundancy there with hollow point frag rounds. I like the metal armor across the top. It's a nice effect. It does actually have some detection, which is good. Will definitely pay off. And, I guess we should check the speed. And yeah, no problem. Hitting that 15 meters a second without issue. Actually, oh, it's only 10 meters a second. So yeah, it's not even really. As long as you got an engine and wheels, you should be able to hit that. Let's do the mirrored match. Losing the turret, or the barrel. That's not good. You can see it's just spitting shells randomly now. Oh, and there we go. This one blew up. Oh, that's a pass. Overall, nice little UFOs. I like it. Oops. What is the music doing? Restart. There we go. Alright, next we have the Tanks Are Us by AdNecrias. It's like a I've got 5 little tiny taunts here. Very shiny, very chrome. Barrel as big as the tank. Not much as far as armor goes. Some slopes. It's not completely unarmored. It can take some indirect fire. I'm pretty sure a direct shot will take this out, especially with that ammo exposed to the open air at the bottom. Weak to explosives. But I imagine being this small, they're going to be very nimble and difficult to hit, especially on this map. Take a look at the guns we'll be firing. Got APs, so solid rounds. Mix up AP and Sabot. Overall, really cool. I like the idea, I like the execution. Let's do the mirror match. Let's mess that up. Train, oh, there it goes. Looks like the terrain may be their biggest enemy. Not sure if these were tested on the Dunes map, but it doesn't look like they were. Having a lot of trouble staying upright. A lot of bouncing off the terrain. Are they all flipped over? Oh, this one managed to get upright. Can it fire? Oh, one of them blew itself up. Or was shot. Hard to say. But either way, passes. Passes the mirror test. This is what I always say too. I always provide the map and a link to the tournament mod, and it really takes maybe a half hour, 45 minutes if you're not good with computers to get it all set up, and then you're gonna have pretty much exactly the same settings that I'm using, and you can be sure your design is gonna perform how you're expecting, and not get flipped by the terrain. But either way, nice design. Hopefully it destroys its enemies early before it gets flipped over on its back like an unfortunate tortoise. But either way, a pass. And I lost it on my list. Tanks are us. Too many entries. Alright, next up we have the FCW Wee by Draba. Very white, blindingly white. It's like a missile entry. Yeah, it looks like this front side is just a big chunk of armor. Stone, metal, wood, small liner, stone, metal, stone, metal. Yeah, so extremely tanky. And then, so let's take a look at the missiles. Oh, magnet mines. Very dangerous. You kind of got, yeah, remote guidance. Ammo here at the back. Potential weak spot here. Only one layer of stone between the ammo parts box and the outside. So you're able to swoop around behind it. It'll go boom. But shooting at the front is just wasted ammo. And I think this is a missile interceptor. Yeah, missile interceptor here at the top to counter. So overall, I mean, if it's able to damage itself here, should be a really strong entry, one to watch. For those who are new to the tournament scene, Draba is an always dangerous opponent. Also, I should check the oh, is this built backwards? Use on something weird's going on here. Oh, it's okay. It's complex controls. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay, I must have just messed something up. Yeah, passes. All right, mirror match. We'll see. Okay, those first missiles nowhere near. We got one to land there. Well, it landed in that front and did basically nothing. Let's see, it looks like one launch is low, one launch is high. It's varied firing arcs. Oops. Mouse. Sorry. Send you guys spinning. 20 seconds. I don't know what's gonna happen. Give it one more go. Impressive armor, but in this case, kind of dangerous. Yeah, not really doing any damage. A minute in. See the magnets in action there. Ten seconds. Yep, that's high. You can see nowhere near 10%. Not even using up its resources for repairs, so you can't say that it did the damage and repaired it. I hate to do it, but unfortunately have to reject this design. Just a little bit too tanky, too defensive. Not able to get the 10% damage in 2 minutes. I hate to do it, but you know it's only fair to everybody else who follow that rule. I'm sure if I allowed this entry, it would be in the top 5, probably top 3, potentially even a winner. So it's a really solid concept, hard to counter. But anyway, next entry. Actually, before I do that, I need to snowing. Sorry, I just looked out the window and it's just like it's white out outside, and I gotta drive in like a half hour. Anyway, let's record this before I forget. Next up, we have the Woodpile by Mourark. What the hell am I looking at? Sorry, just immediate gut reaction there is what? Oh, okay, I see it now. Very confused at first, but we have. Looks like we have. Is this on a turret or is it just fixed? It is on a turret. Okay, and then so alright, I got it now. Those reflections look nice. Look at that reflection. Beautiful. Sorry, my ADD must be off the charts today. Something shiny. Anyway, so we've got the wedge here is the armor, and that wedge shape is going to bounce kinetics and basically be really good at it, bouncing APS shells, anything that doesn't have some kind of trigger. And there's also a big chunk of armor in and of itself. Got the detection and then some vertical launch missiles. So 2 missile entries in a row here. Let's take a look at the missiles. Thumper, turning thruster, magnet, remote guidance, target prediction guidance, fuel fin. So looks like only one warhead on there. So looking, short range thruster. So looking to weird. So looking to smash into its opponents for do that thump damage. Same setup here. That's interesting. I didn't test that at all, so it'll be interesting to see how well that does. No thump damage can be devastating. There's been so many updates going to Steam. A wise choice. Plenty of resources, and you don't have to buy that expensive fuel. Able to direct a little bit more money towards other components. Lots of ammo processors here to feed those missiles. Missiles are definitely ammo hungry. So yeah, overall really cool. Like, this is kind of what I've come to expect from Mourark. Unusual and effective, and just kind of weird, but in a good way. Anyway, let's do the mirror match. Actually, I should check the what does it say here? I need a complex controller. He goes for thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. That is, you understand my my difficulties. I'm not the quickest boy. So you know, simple instructions help a whole lot. Alright. Man, press U. I can do that. And there we go. Oh yeah, this is fast too. Surprisingly fast, actually. Oh, getting a little tippy. Yeah, it's definitely top heavy. Oh, that's kind of fun. Alright. Mirror match. Oh. Too quick. Let it spin and load in the train. There we go. Maybe? Why are you loading in the train? There it goes. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, that is awesome. That is just fucking awesome. I want to watch it do it again. So it looks like ejectors to just launch the missiles way up almost into space, and then they come down and the thruster just propels them extremely fast. Oh, that is sneaky too, because that's going to come right down on top of the turret, where I imagine most people aren't going to put a whole lot of armor. You're not expecting a lot of shots to come straight down like that. Very sneaky. Right on track to make it to 5% in 1 minute, so that would be 10% in 2 minutes. If you're a math magician like me. Yeah, the quick maths. Ooh, sideways strike there. Yeah, it doesn't look like... I don't know, the thump just doesn't seem all that impressive. Miss. I wonder if you could do something similar to this and have instead of going for the thump damage, go for the like frags or something. HE, maybe a little bit more HE. I don't know. I obviously don't know as much about this as Mourark, so he probably has it figured out. Oh yeah, there's the 2 minutes and the 10%, so we are good. Overall, really cool entry. I'm excited to see how this one does. That is so different and cool, and yeah, I dig it a lot. Next entry. We have the DT-03 by the FOD. Very nice. Nice little replica design. I don't know, something happened in the last patch apparently that the wheels just kind of tweak out now. Or it shouldn't affect the tournament, it's only when it's just like sitting still, which you don't expect to happen too much in a tournament. But overall, really nice. I like the looks like a tank destroyer, like an allied side tank destroyer. Oh, look at all that heavy armor. This thing is a beast. Yeah, beastly armor. Hello, Pepper. I know. She was being all quiet, and I was worried. I went and checked on her. She kind of looks up at me, puts her head back down. I don't know, did you drug her or something? Usually she's all running around all crazy, trying to chew on my feet. Ammo here at the back. Yeah, lots of armor. Let's take a look at that gun. It's just kind of a system shock to go from this, like, the crazy weird last 2 entries to something very traditional here in this entry. Yeah, you can see what I was saying with the top of the turret. Not a whole lot of armor. So maybe that is what the Mourark was going for there. But anyway, on to this entry. I'm just all over the place today. Not enough coffee, too much coffee. You be the judge. Splash head HE. So Pesh seems to be. I'm surprised this is the first. I think this is the first hash round we've seen from the discussion in the Discord. So everybody was going on and on about how good hash was. So yeah, should be solid. Yeah, lots of coolers. 500, 400 millimeter, 400 millimeter hash. Only 3 loaders, so it's not going to be crazy fast. But going the very durable route as opposed to the more offensive route. And really good detection. All the detections up here on top. It's going to help put those hash rounds right into its opponents. I didn't test the speed, but I'm not worried about it. Here we go. Yeah. You see those rounds definitely have an effect. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe oh yeah, it looks like it's just trying to like angle the armor. Yeah, it's trying to stay at like a 45 and just sit there. Oh, there goes the turret. Yeah, shell looks like shell came down onto the top and blew off the turret. That is a pass. Nice looking tank. I like the replica look. Alright, and there's a pass for the pod. Let's load. Alright, next you're in for a treat. We have the Monster Mash by the Jimmer. This guy always makes the best designs. It's actually pretty pathetic. I'm a little bit ashamed of it, but I tried my damnedest to make a good looking tank. And it was just not working out, so I got frustrated and made this instead. You can see not a whole lot of armor. Some stone at the front, several layers of stone, wood, small liner, a little bit of metal, and then on the sides, stone and wood, and then lots of ammo parts boxes with only a little bit of stone between them and blowing the whole thing up. And yeah, basically everything went into this massive missile here. Got radar, frags, HE, a fuel tank, thrusters, all the business, and it's basically a glass cannon and a what do you call it? Basically gonna swing for the fences and hope for that knockout punch right out the start, and if it doesn't get it, then it loses. But I don't know, maybe I'm giving away too much right off the bat. Here I can show do the speed test. Nope. Oh, did I not? Did I not? What? Why are you no go? Oh, it's because it doesn't have a in tournament mod. You don't actually need that, but in this you do. Forgot I got rid of it. And there you go. You see the it'll get up to 15. For some reason, I had yeah, 15 is the top speed in my head, but it was actually only 10. So there you go. The extremely cheesy Monster Mash. Let's do the mirror match. Oh, and that one missed. Thankfully, this one did not, and that is the KO. Let's see what we've got spilled across the landscape. So that is my entry. Gets a pass. Next entry. We have the Old Wormian by Sapper. Right on the dot on the resources there. Nice. Sort of a minimalistic design, but I like it. Very clean. Sort of a what is it? The platonic solids. Isn't that the idea? Or platonic forms? I'm going off. I'm going way off the rails today. I don't know. Heavy armor, several layers of metal all around. I think these actually work. I've heard these work as a spawn liner. If you put slopes in, the game will detect that gap and spawn the frags in here. I haven't tested it. I have to test that out and see if that actually works. Like ammo scattered around. Engine AI. Let's take a look. We got for a turret. 250mm twin barrel. What are we firing? So we've got Hesh and hollow point frags. So a mix of shells, a little bit of something for everybody. Yeah, no problem hitting speed. Let's do the mirror match. Definitely on the tanky side. Extremely durable. But getting the damage in. Getting the damage in for sure. Very close. Looks like hit an ammo store. And yeah, there's the 10%. So that passes. So that is the Old Wormy Worm by Sapper. And yeah, nice entry. Kind of clean and to the point. And very durable. I like it. Next up, we have the Orc Wagon by Happy Patty. And then close to the limit. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, this is too pretty for a tournament, perhaps. Guess pretty is not the right word. Too aesthetically pleasing. Still not the right word. Too badass looking. Yes, that is the right description. I dig it. It's so orky. Just screams orcish. Bonus points for squeezing a cram in there too. Hardening, explosive, is that on a turret or is that not just right in the hull? Nice. Oh, mimics. You should have put some real guns there. Yeah, we got the main gun here. Love the asymmetry. So, hash and hollow point frag seems to be the consensus. Also, this cram is it looks like a little, I mean, from the outside it doesn't look like much, but it's actually significant once you get in here. Pretty heavy duty. Definitely not a weak weapon. Look, what's the armor like? Actually pretty good. Got sort of a wood skirt, and then leave off the turret so I can actually see. A wood skirt, and then heavy armor, and then metal. Yeah, this thing is actually pretty heavily armored. The spikes all around. And ram damage is no joke. If you're able to get in close enough to land with rams, definitely effective. Will destroy what it hits. And yeah, so no problem getting up to speed. Very quick. Really nice entry. I really dig this. Let's do the mirror match. And once again, the music has gotten weird. Shell. No problem with the self-destroy. I think this will actually be an entry to watch. That cannon is no joke. Solid armor. Good movement abilities. I think this will do well. Nice entry. Alright, next we have the Paper Tigers by Tomson. Name sounds really familiar. I think we've seen these before. Oh, nope. Out of order. We're gonna go with this order just so I don't get too confused. We've got the RandomTanks by Xalinsky. So it's a dual entry. Very nice. Sci-fi theme. Heavy armor. Tons of armor on this. Heavy armor, metal, stone. Yeah, everything very well protected. What is in the turret? What? Rapid fire solid rounds, I'm guessing? Yeah, solid rounds. High speed, low gauge, what is that, like 30mm? Yeah, 30. Oh, that's good. 30mm. What's this little guy? Show me your secrets. Oh, nice. Well, this looks like sort of a skirmisher. Gonna go and try and crash into the enemy. Once again, fairly heavily armored. And then the autocannons. And autocannons, I know they're simple weapons, but they can do a surprising amount of damage. Overall, very nice. Let's do the mirror match. I didn't test the speed, but as you can see, no problem getting up to speed. That looks very cool. I like the high-speed shells. Bounced on the train a little bit there. Oh, got a shot underneath. And collision. We go. Oh, right under. That was nearly a friendly collision. Here, this will be it. Wait, no. It's hard to say. Oh, these two are shooting at each other, and then the big ones are shooting at each other. One blew up. It's still in it. Seconds. And pretty close. There's the 10%. 10 seconds over. I'll allow it. Sure, if I ran this a couple more times, I get a one. Got the 90 in time. Just the random tank and the meow by Xalinsky. Nice tag team entry there. The big brother, little brother approach. Record that. Find the next design. We have the Scoopibbidy by Swibbity. Couple of wheels on this one. Is that a RTG? Interesting choice. Looks like wheels on spin blocks returning. And a cram main gun. Surprising choice. I suppose if it's fast enough to get close range, the cram should be effective. Crams do a lot of damage. They just don't hit very often. Surprised with the RPGs. That's what do you need power for? Oh, it's okay. RPG to electric engine. Man, that is an expensive way to get power. Overall, okay-ish armor. A little bit on the weak side. The main components are well enough protected. look at what is one of the specs on the gun. 100 millimeter or 1,000 millimeter. It looks like explosive. Yeah, explosive shells. Mirror match. Oops. There we go. Very agile. Slides around all weird. Bindly. Yeah, the crayons. You got a really agile tank and crayons. I don't know if it's gonna be able to land a shot. Shot or just collision with a train. That's hard to say. Oh yeah, definitely. That is a shot landed there. A little more than that though. A little bit less than a minute. Didn't hardly any damage. Oh, that was a direct hit. 5% health. They had one more of those. And there it is. 10%. Alright, so we've got the Swibbity by Swoobity making it in. Overall, cool design. Glad to see a crayon main gun design in the tournament. Oh, you look cute. Would I just say it? Oh, I would. I'd tell you you look like a goober if you look like a goober. I'm on the internet right now. Okay. You're such a goober. Oh, they know. They've seen your pictures. Alright. We'll do one more and then I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna take off. We have the Montreal by Firework. Oh, cool. So very interesting design. I like. Looks it's like almost like a concept tank or something like that. Something you'd see like in a movie. Near future maybe. Oh, I know it looks super cool, but oh, it's just so bad. You've got a window in your tank. I mean, I know your gunner needs to see out and all that, but this is a tournament, and that is a serious weak spot where you could shoot straight through to the turret. But it does look cool. I'll give you that much. Other than that hole through the front there is a fairly strong design armor-wise. Good metal shell all the way around. Way more engine power than you'd ever need. Massive amount of engine power. Really, you only need a couple hundred in this one. Only a single layer on the bottom. Yeah, you can't expect to take too many shots there, though. And we've got twin barrel, 200mm. And what are we shooting? Hash? AP frag? Solid Sapper rounds. And pen depth frag AG. So different rounds in this. Good combo there. Make a hole and then blow something up inside it. Yep, no problem getting up to speed. Actually, pretty fast. Woo! Getting air. Actually, a really fast tank. 30 meters a second. I think it's the fastest one we've seen. Pretty impressive. A little bit of damage from terrain collision, but that's nothing to worry about. All right, mirror match. All right, here we go. Ooh, that recoil is a bit much. Oh no. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Well, it restarts the, yeah, need some recoil absorbers. Yeah, rolling over and showing that weak bottom, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Man, that's so unfortunate. So everything else about this tank is pretty cool. It's definitely interesting and have potential to be really fast and hard to hit, but doesn't do you any good if you are on your back. I don't think either of them can. Oh, well, they can still fire. They're slow. They're obviously not going to make it. I'm going to give them one last try. Yeah, no. I guess we'll see. Unfortunately, I hate to do it. I otherwise really like the tanks, but gonna have to reject the Montreal by Firework. Unable to handle the recoil. Not sure what happened there, but just seems to consistently knock itself over. Alright, so that is it for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the tanks so far. Let's take a look how far we got through. Oops. So we made it, I'd say about halfway through. I think we got through quite a few of them. Quite a few to go. So probably do one more video, which will come out in a day or two, and we'll look at the rest of these. Samil by Draba, Steel Cactus by Fragrant Flatulence, Candy Row by Camiro, Dozy the Wonder Tank by a Snickle, Geotech by Twin Bread Box, Hellcat by Nightshade, Cottonmouth by Dragon Slayer, Golden Chariot by Remark, Paper Tigers by Tomson, Bull by Ipsock, Type 48B, Asiana Wookie Kamika by Captain Cleater, Seek and Destroy by Mr. Nuclearizer, the Titan 2 by MLS, the Lameler Battle Wagon by Wellner, the Type 65 by Caracol, I Can't Make Tanks in Paint by Tony, the Cyber Caliphate by Harness, and last but not least, the Brutal Deluxe by Dorkius. So we'll get to those next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me that thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.